Right now, you're sitting somewhere your body considers safe. The air is breathable. The ground is solid. The water won't hurt you. You have spent your entire life on a version of Earth that was quietly built to keep you alive. And because of that, it is easy to forget that most of this planet was never designed for you at all. There are places where the rules quietly break, where a lake will turn a body to stone, where an island is so full of venom that your own government has made it a crime to set foot on it. There are places on Earth where falling asleep in the wrong spot means you simply never wake up. We are going to visit 4 of them. And we are going to save the worst for last. A place so hostile that it is not just trying to kill the things that wander into it. It is tearing the planet apart from the inside. Let's start somewhere that looks, at first, almost beautiful. In northern Tanzania, there is a lake the color of blood. From above, Lake Natron glows red and orange, swirled like something poured rather than formed. It looks like a wound in the surface of the Earth. And in a sense, that is exactly what it is. The water here is not really water in the way you know it. It is a chemical bath. Natron is fed by springs loaded with sodium carbonate and other salts, the same family of compounds the ancient Egyptians once used to preserve their mummies. The lake can reach a pH of 10 or higher, alkaline enough to strip skin and burn eyes. In the dry season, the surface climbs past 60 degrees Celsius. And then there are the photographs. Animals, birds, bats, found along the shoreline, perfectly intact, but turned to gray stone, calcified, frozen mid-motion, like statues of themselves. Here is the honest version, because the truth is stranger than the myth. The lake does not petrify living things the instant they touch it. What happens is quieter. An animal dies somewhere near the water, and instead of decaying, its body is pickled by the chemistry of the lake, coated in minerals, preserved exactly as it fell. Natron does not kill to make its statues. It simply refuses to let the dead disappear. It is an unsettling place. But Natron, for all its menace, is patient. It waits. Where we are going next does not wait at all. About 35 kilometers off the coast of Brazil, there is a small green island that looks like paradise. Its name is Ilha da Queimada Grande. Forest, rock, open ocean on every side, and no people. Not because nobody wants it, but because the Brazilian government has made it illegal to go there. The island already has a population, somewhere between 2,000 and 4,000 golden lanceheads, a species of pit viper that exists nowhere else on Earth. And here is the part that should make your skin crawl. By some estimates, on the worst stretches of the island, you are never more than a meter away from one of them. Step in the wrong place, and you may already be standing within striking distance of several snakes, without ever seeing a single one. They became this way through time and isolation. Thousands of years ago, rising seas cut this island off from the mainland, trapping a population of snakes with no ground prey to hunt, only birds passing overhead. So their venom evolved to do one thing extraordinarily well: kill fast, before a bitten bird could fly off and be lost forever. The result is a venom several times more potent than that of their mainland cousins. Venom that can kill human tissue around the bite while it works. Today, the only people allowed near it are the Navy, who maintain the lighthouse, and the occasional sanctioned scientist. The darker legends of a lighthouse keeper and his family overrun in the night are probably more story than fact. The law that keeps you off the island is not a story. Brazil looked at this place and decided the safest thing it could possibly do was forbid it. Natron preserves the dead. Snake Island is alive. And that is the threat. But the next place kills in a way you cannot see, cannot smell, and cannot outrun. In Cameroon, high in the hills, sits a deep, calm crater lake called Nyos. On the surface, it is the least frightening place on this entire list. No red water, no venom, just a quiet blue lake, mirror still. The danger is at the bottom. Nyos sits over a pocket of volcanic magma, and for decades that magma had been leaking carbon dioxide up into the deepest layers of the lake. The cold, heavy, pressurized water far below held that gas dissolved inside it, exactly like the carbon dioxide trapped in an unopened bottle. Year after year, silently, the lake was loading itself. On the night of the 21st of August, 1986, something disturbed it. In an instant, the lake exhaled. Roughly a cubic kilometer of carbon dioxide erupted out of the water and rolled outward. An invisible flood, heavier than air, pouring downhill into the valleys where people were sleeping. Carbon dioxide does not burn you. It does not choke you in any way you would notice in time. It simply replaces the air. That night, around 1,700 people died in their homes, along with thousands of animals, most of them never waking up. Survivors described a silence afterwards so complete that it was as if the world had been switched off. Lake Nyos is the proof that a place needs no heat, no teeth, and no acid to be lethal. It only needs the air itself to turn against you. If a planet this hostile fascinates you as much as it unsettles you, take a second to subscribe, because the last place on this list is the worst of all. Everything we have seen so far, the stone, the venom, the silent gas, comes together in one final location. In the far north of Ethiopia lies a stretch of land that scientists genuinely describe as one of the most hostile environments anywhere on the planet, the Danakil Depression. Start with the heat. By year-round average temperature, Danakil is the hottest inhabited place on Earth. Daytime highs push well past 50 degrees Celsius, and the land itself sits more than 100 meters below sea level. A basin that traps heat like an oven with the door shut. Then there is Dallol. Bright yellow and acid green pools spread across the desert like spilled paint, and every single one of them is a spring of acid, laced with sulfur and salt, hot enough and corrosive enough that almost nothing can survive in them. It is one of the very few places on Earth that looks genuinely alien, because almost nothing about it was built for life. And at its heart burns Erta, a volcano holding a lake of lava that has glowed, open and exposed for more than 100 years. A permanent pool of molten rock sitting on the surface of the world, never cooling, never closing. But here is the part the postcards never explain. The reason Danakil is like this at all. Beneath your feet, the continent itself is tearing apart. Danakil sits directly on top of the meeting point of 3 tectonic plates, and those 3 plates are slowly pulling away from each other. The ground here is being stretched and torn and thinned until magma rises close enough to the surface to bleed through. The heat, the acid, the lava, they are not separate disasters. They are all symptoms of the same single fact. Danakil is not a wasteland. It is a wound that is still opening. Geologists believe that over the next few million years, this basin will keep sinking. The sea will eventually breach the land, and the water will pour in. The Danakil Depression is, slowly, becoming the floor of a brand new ocean. You're not looking at a dead place. You're looking at a continent in the act of breaking in half. So that is the tour. A lake that keeps the dead. An island sealed off by law. A lake that breathed out death in a single night. And a desert that is really the beginning of an ocean. It is tempting to call these places broken. They are not broken. They are simply honest. They are what this planet looks like without the thin, generous layer of conditions that the rest of our world quietly provides for us every single day. The Earth was never gentle. It was just gentle to you. Right here, where you happen to be sitting. And maybe that is worth remembering the next time the ground feels solid and the air feels safe. If you want to keep exploring the parts of our planet that were never built for us, subscribe. Because the deeper you look into this world, the less human it starts to feel. And tell us in the comments, of these 4 places, which one would you least want to wake up in?